Hey everybody, welcome into ONTrack Weekly here on GeForce TV, episode 178. It's absolutely insane to believe that that's where we're at right now, and yeah, just an absolute honor. I'm just gonna double check, make sure that yeah, we're not in the right one. Hold on a second, everybody. There we go. Now we're in the right one. How's everybody doing tonight? Really excited to start off episode 178. We're trying to do something a little bit different here. We're trying to add in as many different racers, people within the industry as we can. Trying not to have the same guests all year round. And this is somebody who I, truly admire. Someone who goes out and has a a massive job that he does on a weekly basis, and but also ends up running Ontario Sportsman Series races and also runs the Pro Late model out at Flamborough Speedway, and of course that's his home track. So we'll be talking with the flying farmer Kevin Gallant to start the show. We also have Sarah Giannone is going to join us. Bone stock regular out at Sunset Speedway, and unfortunately there is no Sunset for this year. So what is Sarah going to be doing for 2026? We'll make sure we chat with her. And Phil Gibbons from Sauble Speedway, of course, tech director out there, a long-time bone stock competitor, very successful racer. Actually went out and ran a couple races last year and won again. So we'll have Phil Gibbons talk about a couple more things that are going on at Sauble Speedway this year. Lots actually going on at Sauble, and especially with those bone stock divisions. We'll talk with him about that. It doesn't appear like it's going to be a small division by any means for 2026. Donovan Price, the Donk, joins us, Superstock racer out at Peterborough Speedway. We'll also talk with him because he's going to have an influx of new Superstock racers this year that he is going to have to deal with. A lot younger racers coming in as well to be a part of that division. We spoke with Miles Tyson last week, and this week we'll bring on Donovan Price and see what he has to think about all that situation. And then Ronda the Honda's pilot, yeah, it's not going to be him anymore. He has sold that car, but he's moving into the mini stock division out at Peterborough Speedway. It's a very successful racer. Tegan Stanley will join us at 9:10, and then Superfly Leo La Barbera from Flamborough Speedway, fresh off of a trip to Dominican. Is going to be here around 9:20 p.m. And I really appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in tonight. It's been a very quiet couple of days here on social media, especially with racing stuff. People are starting to gear up, get back in the shops and get ready to go. Racing season is upon us, and hard to believe in under a month. We will have cars on the track in April. When practices start up, and then racing begins at Flamborough Speedway that very first week of May. So be prepared because there will be racing action coming fast and furious for us. But if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to GeForce TV. We're sitting on 20,900 subscribers, and that needs to be improved because we're under 100 away to get to 21,000. I know we've been stuck at this number. Make sure you guys head in tomorrow, talk with and be a part of the show at Race Rivals Race Chat with Clinton and Adam. They'll be welcoming in some guests and your opinion as well. So that's on our GeForce page right now. Answer that question that they've posed to the racing audience. And of course, we really appreciate you tuning in tonight. Give us a thumbs up, share. That's the biggest thing that you can do for this show is to share it. Get seen by more people, and we really are looking forward to it. So, you know what? It's 8:30. We're here on time. Let's bring on Kevin Gallant, the flying farmer here on ONTrack Weekly, and hopefully everything works technology-wise. But we're bringing him in right now, and oh, well, it's not often I get to talk to him because he's such a busy guy at the racetrack and off of it. But Kevin Gallant joins me. Kevin, how has the off season been for you?
It's been very good. You can hear me
Yeah,
well and all that, Cam?
we got you.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, off season's been fun. I actually took on another project this winter and So I built a car. Jim Bray had a NASCAR that competed a couple years ago that we've converted to an OSS car. So that's done now. It's out of the shop, and now I put my OSS car back in the shop and starting on that. So yeah, so
Well,
we're not sure who's going to go in that car yet, but we'll see.
Well, I'm excited then because that means there's another solid car out in the field, and we know you were, rightly responsible for helping this young fella get started in OSS racing. He picked up that car from you. Let's talk about kind of that because it's kind of a maybe an underknown story that you were kind of the guy that helped Ollie Ferguson when he joined in the division a couple of seasons ago.
Oh, that was awesome when they showed up here at the shop, and it couldn't come at a better time because obviously I had too many race cars here, and I had to pay my wife back too, so I borrowed the money to buy that car, and it worked out perfect. He got out there, proved himself right away. I can't believe he won the second year out there, and that was a good car. And but they're good drivers. They listen. Um, and that's the great thing about working with new people in the field. It's just it's fun to work with them. I'll say that.
Well, your car is going to still be out there this year. Donovan Clark has picked that car up. He's a young fella out of Delaware Speedway, really good racer, an SNS racer as well, which is awesome. And you got to go out there as well last year, compete a little bit, and it's been a bag of mixed results for you out there. How are things? How have you felt with the OSS field? Because it's definitely different from when we were running on the full time schedule a couple of years ago.
Oh, it's definitely stepped up. Like
Yeah.
and we let my personal program has slid a little bit in the last few years because we got the pro late going on here. I got the Pinty stuff going, or it's not called Pinty's anymore, but the NASCAR Canadian NASCAR series. I got that going on, and crew chiefing for my brother-in-law. I'm working on his cars and helping Jim Bray out, and helping out. A lot of people don't know that my stepson's Chad Corcoran, and last year I run to his house and grab a car and get it ready for him to start that Steel City Superstock series, and then I do have a son-in-law that races at Delaware full time. So, we try to go watch him a little bit and support him. And I don't really help the program out. I'd probably make it worse. They do a great job, them guys. Yeah, it's quite, he's got two cars this year, so it's going to be awesome for him.
Who's that?
Brady Smith.
Oh, okay, great guy. All
Yeah,
right, all right.
yeah.
Yeah, no idea,
There's
no
a lot
idea
of
at all.
connections. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
racers that we sit down at Christmas, man. We talk racing. It's pretty,
Well, yeah,
yeah.
that's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't even know that. Speaking
Yeah.
of prolates, you got yours out a couple times last year, and man, this Flamborough is your home, man. This is where we've talked, and you grew up there. You've raced there for years. The prolate program has been a struggle. It's been a struggle to get cars out there. However, this year they're Flamborough, Kevin, John, the whole team there are really making an effort to make this division be something that people want to come and participate in. As a competitor that's been a part of it for many years, how do you like that move?
Oh, it's just, this is John's last. If he doesn't get support this year,
Yeah.
I talk to John quite a bit. If anybody talks to John, I talk to him a lot. And we actually, I'm glad he's doing it because in the fall, I sold my old late model and I bought another late model. So I have a
Oh,
junior Hanley prepared. It's an older Port City, but a lot of better stuff on it. I'll say that. So we'll see what happens. Yeah.
what is it that you think is maybe the reason why people don't? Is it more or less they're just not sure about the division, or they want to go elsewhere at different tracks that are running? Because now we have unfortunately lost a track for this year, so that will free up some racers.
I I think we'll gain about 5 or 6 from that sunset deal, and then
Hmm.
I think some are going to go Peterborough. Right? It depends on what side of the 400 you are, and we're going to get. I think Jordan House is going to come back, and I hear Shea Gimmel and the other hot shoe from Delaware are coming full time too. So
I
I
mean,
that's what I hear.
I like that. I like that a lot because I
Uh,
said it. I said it. I didn't. we haven't had the luxury of going to Flamborough as often as I would have liked to, but I went back in 21 when the NASCAR Canada was there. It was my first time ever being there and fell in love with it immediately. But then we took some time off, and the first time back was actually a couple of years ago, and we got to see Pro Challenge and the pure stocks, mini stocks, and holy shit, man, I tell you, I was just overwhelmed with how great the racing is there. And then I got to do the media stuff last year and be in the infield. And let me tell you, Kevin, that is a show. I have not been so enthused being in the infield. Just you guys really don't get away from each other at all, and the action is fantastic all the way through the field.
Yeah, it is a great track to race. It's obviously it's been 35 years for me at that racetrack, so
Yeah,
it's been a home for me. We stepped a little bit away, and that's what we wanted to do with the OSS series, just to, I'm so glad I did that. Right, you
yeah,
got to win at another track. One I never it's just it was difficult for me because I knew every inch of Flamborough Speedway, and you go to these little, Sunset was always a challenge for me, which is most drivers, right? And
yep,
in
yep.
Delaware, I'm still not. Yeah, we'll figure that one out. We got I got ideas. My car's getting closer. The one that I race, it's actually Brent Weller's car. It's not even mine. I grabbed it in Toronto and took it out of his yard and brought it here and threw my motor in it and got it going, right? And I don't know, I might have made it a bit slower. I don't know, but just trying things, right? I do everything myself, so you got to
Yeah.
remember everything here is just trial and error. Like there's no computer here to go back and check what I did, right? I can't even find notes, so there's no notes taken or nothing. It's all up in there, right? So
So
it's
So what are we going to see from you this year, Kev? Obviously, you just said your schedule's. We have to remember you're a farmer on top of this. It's
yeah,
not like you've just got racing. You've got a full time business to deal with as well. And we know that when the season hits, it gets real busy for you. I remember you mentioning a couple times that you've got markets and that you've got to get to, and you've got to get the product out, and you got to do the
yeah,
work. Um,
yeah. Yeah.
and trying to do a racing program around that ain't easy.
Well, you see me show up. I don't know if yourself, but I showed up at Sunset or no, Sauble, uh, 10 minutes before qualifying and
Yeah,
unload, go qualify third, and
yeah, yeah.
Sunset, we went to a race and I missed qualifying. I just showed up,
Yes,
right?
I
If I
was
got
there
to
for
plant,
that one. Yep.
if I got to plant something, we're planting.
Yeah.
Markets, that's where it's changed a bit for me now. My parents are uh, I used to work too, so I had a full time job, and then my parents were involved with the farm a bit too. So we kind of that changed up a bit. So now I have to stay at the markets on Saturday till the end, and then it's we still show up. The late model, same thing. We just show up at Flamborough at 6 o'clock and jump in the feature, and we go. We don't practice. We don't can't get there. We can't get
Is
there,
that
but.
more fun though? Like I would feel that would be
Oh,
so much more fun.
Oh, I absolutely love it. I hate
Yeah.
practice. I just not a practice guy. Just if you're not if I like practicing if there's 10 cars out there and I'm passing, I'm
Yeah.
got something to gauge against. But yeah, I don't even want to show up to practice to do late model. I just want to show up the first night and just see what it can do. Right. I got 50 laps to figure it out anyway. So
Yeah.
well, yeah, I'm excited to drive it. So
Well, you've
yeah.
got you've got the Pro Lake going for this year, and what's great for OSS this year is, and for you, 3 races at Flamborough Speedway this year, an increase that we were away from, Flamborough for a couple of seasons,
Yeah.
one race, no races. Now you got three, so 3 chances for you to win. And last year you were pretty damn close to getting
Yeah.
up there. What is it that you got to do to beat that damn 33 car, eh?
You know the worst part about that 33 car?
What's
That's
that?
my old car,
I
man.
know.
I tried it. I don't know. I can't duplicate that car for some reason. I'm sure they've added stuff, but
Yeah,
that was a really good car. But we didn't know where the series was going when I sold it, and it wasn't. I don't know. Just need a change.
yeah.
And again, and then, but we'll be good for the Delaware race. We're going to do with one car. We're going to do 2 cars at all the Flamborough races. If Delaware goes good, you might see me at Varney.
Ooh,
But you
ooh.
know what? I got drivers I can put in the car. I got
Yeah,
lots of people that message me and good drivers.
yeah.
It's And my brother-in-law, he can wheel them cars too, but I don't know, he just want to come back from NASCAR. He just loves doing that road course stuff, and
Fair
and
enough.
it's and I had an all I can't. I'll tell you later. I got a little offer to do the Quebec race, so from Jimmy Bray. So we'll see what happens there.
Well,
Yeah,
you
that'd
know
be
what?
an
We want to
experience
see
of
it.
life. Yeah,
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 exactly. We want to see it, and every time I see you, you always got a smile on your face. You're always working, putting in
yeah.
a lot of effort, no nonstop, and I really appreciate. I know you're a busy guy, so thank you for coming on and chatting with
And,
me, Kevin. And we'll definitely see you this season. We'll be around following the races for OSS as always. So
yeah,
appreciate you coming on, buddy.
yeah. Thanks a lot, and I got to thank my wife for letting me do all this. Okay, she's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
Yes.
she races too. So, all
Oh,
right,
there we go. Perfect.
all
Yes, I want
right.
to see Kira back out there this year. I saw her. I think it was last year, right?
Yeah, she'll be
Yeah.
out. Yeah,
Awesome.
all right.
Awesome stuff. Well, that's Kevin Gallant here on OnTrack Weekly. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
all right. Have a great night.
You too. Man, I just 10 minutes wasn't enough for him, man. I really want to have Kevin Gallant back on. Um, we need to go over his career and so we didn't even get into that. Just the stuff that's happening this year. But thank you so much again for everybody that's tuning in tonight. We really appreciate you being a part of the G-Force family and supporting us. And we really are excited to continue the show with Sarah Janane, who I hope I haven't butchered her last name. I know the spelling for me has been a bit of an issue at times is making sure I spell her last name correctly, but we've got her here now. And Sarah is joining me. I'm just going to make sure I move the window a little bit so we can see you, Sarah. But
Okay.
there we go. Well, it has been a little bit of time since I've seen you. It was at Motorama so long ago.
Right,
Sarah,
very long.
how are things going?
They're going good. Very busy, very busy.
Well, I think things are a little bit busy because you guys got racing season coming up. You got something else coming up this year. It's been a good off season for you, hasn't it?
Yes, it has been. It has been.
What are we looking forward to for you? Obviously, Sunset was. I mean, we can talk about that first. Let's just you've run Sunset for so many years. I mean, you were part of it last year, and you had some really good runs in that beautiful number oh 04 car. Now, I'm curious if you'll be able to tell me where that car came from. If it was a car that I think it was, or if it was something that you guys made fresh.
It was a fresh build. It
Okay,
was
so
Nick's
I'm wrong.
daily
Perfect.
driver. Yeah. It was Nick's daily driver, so it kind of broke down and I made claim on it and it became my race car.
Okay, that's amazing. I didn't know that at all. I
Yeah.
love the fact that you took something that was on the road and now and you guys didn't have any mechanical problems with it. It ran pretty good.
Yeah, we were very fortunate in that sense that nothing really broke down and it went pretty smooth all season.
Yeah, and I mean, the other side of it was a pretty clean season for. I mean, I said it last year. I think for the most part there was some shenanigans that took place in the bone stocks over the past and previous couple of years, but the reality was last year you guys had a pretty decent field. Was quiet at times, but a really good race program overall.
Yeah, I definitely have no complaints. Given how sometimes the bone stocks can get a little bit rowdy, I was very thankful that for the most part everybody was pretty well behaved together and we were able to do some clean, hard door to door racing together, and it was definitely fun.
Well, and that's part of it, right? Is I like what you just said. It was fun, right? Like racing is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be all drama and frustration and anger. We want to have good times with people that we're racing with, and I think that was great about it. I mean, I've seen you at the racetrack. I mean, we're there for the last dance. You're all smiles, like that's what we want to see. Did you accomplish everything that you really wanted to last year? Obviously, and I think you want to get those like top five finishes, but you were able to finish every race. For the most part, I'm pretty sure you did. And most of them in the top 10. Yes, some of those races there was only 10 cars, but hey, you finished them and you finished them clean.
Yeah, I would have liked to see maybe a heat win, but I definitely think I succeeded most of the goals that I had set out from the beginning. A
Hmm.
lot of it was to just get seat time and experience, and I feel like I did a lot of that last season. from leading laps to being in one of the biggest fields in Ontario at that point for the last dance. So I definitely think I did more than what I had anticipated on.
Yeah, and that's one of those things like you just mentioned, the biggest field. That's very true. Yeah, one of the most competitive fields we've ever seen. I mean, it's sad that we won't, know what the future holds still, going into this racing season. But obviously, there's some things that we don't know about your program right now, and that's kind of what the plan is going to be. Now, there's been some discussions. I know we've had some conversations about what's going to happen. Do you know right yet where things stand for you?
I think we are going to be calling Peterborough home.
Okay.
We're going to be running select nights just because with wedding planning it takes a lot. So we're trying to balance it out, but we're going to be calling Peterborough home. We might make a trip down to Sauble just to give it a try. But for the most part, you'll see us at fan appreciations and stuff like that throughout Peterborough season.
It's great to hear that. I know that there's a lot of good people that are planning on heading from Sunset over to Peterborough. There's a good smattering of them in the bone and in the mini stocks at least that we know of. And that's great to see that. But now all of a sudden you're going from a track that you did have experience to now you're resetting and you're starting all over again. So has Nick raced at all at Peterborough?
He did Autumn's Colors in the Bone Stock last year. I think previous to that, he might have did one race in the Super Stock, so not much experience either.
So I mean, somewhat you can kind of lean on him maybe a little bit, but this is going in completely bare again. So are you planning on taking some practice time out, or are you just gonna go show up one night and go to race?
We're hoping that we can get out there for a practice just because it is an hour and a half from us.
Yeah,
We're hoping we can make it out, but if not, then we are gonna hopefully get as much seat time as possible before the races begin and just stay at the back, stay out of the
yeah,
way, get my feet wet, do it just how I did at Sunset. Stay at the back, scratch myself. I'm not trying to go full send ahead, so I don't
yeah.
want to be getting any of the regulars' ways.
Well, no, this is one of those things that's going to be a little bit different for you because actually you're going from what you guys used to have at Sunset. You changed the procedure last year, and now you're going back to what you had, two heat races and then the feature. So lots of great seat time, like you had mentioned, lots of opportunity, obviously, to go about there. But the other thing that I think is that people have to remember is that you are also going into a field where we don't really know how you guys stack up compared to the Peterborough regulars. All of a sudden, you could be an eighth place car at Sunset, and now you're a second or third place car at Peterborough, or it could go the complete opposite way and you're like 15th, but you know what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
we don't really know how that's going to stack up. And for me as a fan, I'm so excited to see where people kind of end up, right? I mean, you take if we see five or six of those guys from Sunset that were on the top five be there, which we don't know yet. I mean, we know about Steve and Jeff, and we know about yourself. We don't know what's going on with SKLD. They haven't announced their plans yet, but hopefully, um, you could potentially see a whole bunch of mixes of guys from Peterborough, guys from Sunset. Do you know any of the regular racers in the Bone Stock division from Peterborough?
Not too many. We did meet quite a few through Autumn's Colors, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't say I know too many and I don't know the racing style and stuff. So I think that'll be the biggest thing is just learning how everybody drives and,
yeah, yeah.
adjusting with that because again, I don't want to get in their way at all. So
I mean, that's fair though. I mean, we see quite a bit of the competitors that do that. That they don't want to cause a ruckus. They don't want to get involved in a wreck or anything, and especially because of how things are nowadays with how costly everything is. You don't want to write a car off. But I'm looking forward to it. I know that you have some really good social media, and you guys also have some really good partners. This is your opportunity to shout them out, Sarah. So first off, it is TNT Racing is your racing page, correct?
yes,
Yeah, all right. So TNT Racing, that's on Facebook
Facebook and Instagram.
and Instagram. Okay, so follow them, TNT Racing. And Sarah, how about your partners?
I would like to thank Steve's Custom Graphics, Rust-Oleum, 360 Repairs and Maintenance. I would like to thank Stickers and Scuffs and Jomo Media for riding along the car also. And I think that's everybody.
So we definitely have room for more on that car. Let's
Oh,
just
and
say
Copeland Property Maintenance.
there we go. That's a good one. You know what, Sarah, we look forward to it. I can't wait to see you out there this year, and I can't just bring a lot of stuff for fan appreciation. I'm telling you right now, it's
I
nuts
know.
out there. So be prepared. Sarah, and I said it right. Is it Giannone or did I say it
Giannone,
wrong?
close.
How do I say it?
Giannone.
Giannone. Okay, Sarah Giannone here on ONTrack Weekly. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thanks so much, Cam.
Oh, that was great. Love having her on. That was a great time to chat with her. Don't get an opportunity to chat a lot with people at the racetrack because you guys are busy, and this is a great time to bring people on um, and chat with them before the season starts. And why not have the man that's going to have himself a lot of work this year? And I know he had a lot of work last year, but Phil Givens is here from Sauble Speedway. Phil, how are you doing tonight?
Not too bad. Yourself, Cam?
Oh, you know what? I get to talk racing with some friends, so it's a very good time. And you know what? I'd much rather talk about this than anything else because there's not a lot of great stuff to talk about in the world right now. So let's talk about racing and let's talk about Sauble Speedway, buddy. I mean, momentum. I think would say is riding high. We saw you guys at Motorama, and you know, guys looked good out there. And by all accounts, the bone stock division is going to be ripe with racers this year. Junior late models are looking good. You've got a hot rod class, you've got a pro late class, and I guess we can officially, I mean, it was announced at Motorama, you guys have a street stock class now as well. And let's not forget about those Image Wraps Legends. So it's going to be a little busy for you guys in tech this year. First off, how are things from the managerial standpoint? Things from Sauble. How are you guys feeling about this upcoming year?
I think it's going pretty good. Brad's just had the little one born not too long ago, so I think he's getting pretty tired, but he'll have everything ready to go there at the start of the year. And my side of things, the bone stock rules are up. Brad's got the rest of the rules. Junior lates will be hopefully the end of the week.
Okay.
Just working with other tracks, just trying to clean up the rule book,
Good.
add a few things, maybe just nothing major, just kind of just the way things are worded, maybe clean it up a little bit, easier to understand for some guys. But yeah, things are looking really good. Car counts are up. Juniors, I think right now we have 10 registered. I have a feeling there'll be more than that. Hot rods, 12 to 14. Late models, 10 to 12. Legends, they don't really register, they just come race. So who knows there? But bone stocks, I think we're sitting at 23. I talked to Brad earlier today. I think he said 23 or 24. And then we got some big nights throughout the year as well.
The one thing that's crazy about that, you just said there's 23, like you said, that's registered. That's not including those that show up for an odd event. So all of a sudden you go from a couple of years ago, Phil, you've like 10 to 13 cars, and now potentially close to double that. What does this mean for your day? Is it just going to be a lot harder? Or are you getting extra help, or like you guys got to clean up processes as a track? Obviously, it's a big undertaking to go from a smaller field to double that size.
Yeah, I think Brad will have the right staff in place to manage a lot of it. For me, you got to make sure these cars are safe that are showing up, and making sure everybody's following the rules. So my day doesn't get it gets a little bit longer, but nothing crazy on a regular night. My biggest fear is this June 27th, 28th weekend, this invitational, 2-day invitational. It's going to be around $2,000 to win, 300 to start for 2 days of racing. So we got some stuff coming down the pipeline. The Sauble Speedway or Instagram and Facebook will be having some posts and stuff. And, I have a few things to announce tonight, and that's good.
You have stuff to announce tonight?
Well, yeah. So that race there, Brad gave me, we talked a little bit earlier today, and he gave me permission to say we're sitting at $2,000 to win and 300 to start. And within the next coming days, he's going to put a post up. If we're trying to get more cars pre-registered this year.
Okay.
So when you pre-register, your 2-day pit pass for it, every night we're usually $40 a night. So it's $80 for the weekend. He's going to give us a bit of a discount if you pre-register. A little bit of money back in the racer's pocket to pre-register for this by June 1st. And if we can get around 35 cars registered for this, he's going to bump the payout up as well.
Wow. This was, you said this was for the June, what was it, June
Yeah,
27th?
June 27th, June 28th. On the schedule, it doesn't say it's an invitational. It is an invitational.
Okay.
2-day show. We want the guys to come up and camp, have a good time, practice on Friday if they want to come up. Currently, right now, we're sitting at $12,500 in the purse for that weekend for bone stocks.
Wow.
So we're really working hard on that one. And, that just comes down to Tina and Paul and Brad. They believe in that class. They believe in all the classes. You can tell this year with the payouts that have been coming out. The late model's been huge. The steel body series looks like it's got a good payout. So, yeah, we're going to be having some fun at the beach.
I mean, it definitely looks like that, and you guys have been working towards this. I mean, the team is kind of coming together and gelling quite quickly. It's impressive, and I do apologize to everybody that's been watching. The comments were not loading, so I had to refresh, and I'm seeing all the comments from the beginning of the show. So I apologize to everybody. For whatever reason, the live comments are just not coming up. I don't really know why. I'm not that great at technology, but Leo La Barbera says, So yes, Leo, yourself right into Sauble Speedway Invitational, June 27th. I will need to look and see if there is any other divisions that are running bone stocks or
on the
tracks
on the Saturday night. The only track in the province that's running is Full Throttle.
Okay.
And on Sunday, nobody else is running. They've kind of worked with us to make this a big show, just like we were working the other way to leave their invitationals off our schedule as well. So
that's great.
We're trying to work together, and we're trying to get everybody up. We're going to make it as accommodating. For that race alone, we're going to have, I don't know, we were discussing a few different ideas of what we could do to make it a little interesting for the bone stock guys. And we'll come up with some fun formats. And yeah, I look forward to that weekend. I'm going to be busy. I can tell you that much. But
yeah, you will.
And then, obviously, yeah.
Just for people that have not been see, for whatever reason, my comments are not loading. Sauble, the place to be in 2026. I agree. Pat Farrow. Feeney says, let's do it. Yes, that's what Pops is bringing up. I just want to confirm. It's an impound race. For those that have not raced at at Sauble before, is that still the plan?
If we have the space, we're going to do something unique. That's all I'll say. We don't know what quite we're going to do. One of the nights will probably be straightforward. Just go out there and have a blast. Race. We might throw a little curveball into it on maybe an impound on one of the nights or something. We have a few ideas on how we're going to get the pole this year for that event. To maybe bring the fans in and get them involved, or just more or less just make it accommodating and have fun, right? Like that's what this is supposed to be. It's, everybody looks out their window and sees what gas prices and that are. And I think Brad and the staff are making it very, very feasible for racers to come up to the beach and make that drive. Like who doesn't want to be at a racetrack where, you can get up, you're there the Saturday, you get up the Sunday morning and, you can go down for a swim in the beach before you come back to the track, right?
It is great to hear that there's these big plans. For those that may come out and race on a regular race weekend, what is your weekly procedure, at least for the bone stocks? We're going to talk about that because there might be a potential that you guys will reach capacity for this division on a weekly. Do we know yet what the plan is and what your car limit is? Is it 24 and then you do a B main or an LCQ, or is that still to be figured out?
So that'll be kind of figured out. Last year we did like the invitational was the nights we hit over 24 cars and we started 24. I've yet to talk with Brad about that procedure. We might have to go B feature racing on a regular occurrence here if that many cars show up, right? If 30 cars show up, some might be going home, right, on a regular night, which is mind blowing to me because I haven't seen a regular points night in the province in a long time, other than obviously Delaware.
Yeah, Delaware is the difference there.
Yeah, but anywhere else that they're having a B feature. So
yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to sit down. First night is when all these curveballs get thrown your way, and Brad will have a plan. He always does, and hopefully we get the cars. We want to see as many cars as possible.
I mean, I'm all for it. I love the fact that Sauble's continuing to improve and get better. There's no debating that oval racing, racing in general in Ontario is taking a hit with, what we've seen with Sunset, what we've seen with obviously previous tracks. We don't really know the safeties behind all of these tracks. We don't know how close things are to potentially not happening. So it was posted by Steve Trundle and get out there and support the tracks this year the best that you can. I know it's difficult for everybody right now, but we want racing to survive, so let's go out there and do what we can. I definitely think that you guys are putting in a lot of work, and we're seeing it on a regular, and it's great to see. I do have Donovan Price scheduled next. However, he's not yet in the chat, Phil. So
I'll hang around if you need me to.
well, we've got Tegan Stanley and Leo
okay.
LaBarbera hanging out, and neither one of them were actually scheduled for right now. So we might just bump the donk a little bit, and we'll bring Tegan in since he was a bone stock racer. We'll get his opinion on stuff. So thank you, Phil. How can people get in contact with the crew at Sauble Speedway? Of course, if they do have tech questions or if they would like to register.
So registration's Brad at Sauble Speedway.
Okay.
I think it's .com, I believe.
Yeah.
Or Facebook. Shoot a message on the Facebook page. It'll get answered.
Yep.
Myself, just my name. You guys can send me a message. I get 20 of them a week about racing. So, other than that, but all I can say is to everyone, keep your eye out for the pre-registration for the bone stock race. Like I said, we get 35 cars. That it kind of ties Brad's hands, and he's willing to put a little more in the pot if we can get that before June 1st.
Well, it sounds good, my friend Phil. I really appreciate you coming on and chatting with me tonight. And you know what? We'll be up there a couple times this year to finally see it in all of its glory. So thank you so much, buddy, and best of luck for the rest of the off season. Not much more to go.
Yeah, a couple more weeks, I guess.
Yep. Sounds good. Thank you, Phil. All right. Phil Givens here on ONTrack Weekly. However, I have a Donovan, but I think he's called in instead of videoed. So I'm just notifying him right now. Oh, now I don't know. Well, looks Tegan backed out, so let's see if we can bring on we'll bring on Donovan, but I don't know if it's him. We're gonna try this out, folks, because he's joined via phone. I don't know if he knew he did that.
Oh, I didn't.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, I don't know how to do this stuff.
Well, Donovan, you've done it before.
That must have been a fluke.
Maybe.
I just hit the link you sent me. And it said I was in line waiting. I didn't see a picture or nothing. So.
Well,
whatever.
You know what?
Nobody wants to see my ugly mug, anyways.
No, that's okay. I mean, it's not too bad. First off, Donovan, we're going to talk first about, last season, bud. You had some fun. How was it overall in the Super Stock division out at Peterborough Speedway?
I had a good time. The first couple races was just basically breaking my motor in because I blew my motor up the year before at Frost Fest. So I had a brand new motor, and then just picking away at it, and had Paul Bounty help me out with some setup stuff, and it got faster and faster as the year went on.
It's one of those things that, we wish that type of shit didn't happen, which is, the breaking of motors, but it did happen. And I can imagine, as someone who's I would consider you're a budget racer, right? Like, that's, you race within whatever you can. What's the fear like coming back and not knowing if the motor that you've got now is not going to do the exact same thing?
Well, I'm hoping it won't do that because everything in that motor is pretty much brand new and top of the line stuff. The guy that built the motor for me, he also sponsored me, so he helped me out a lot with all the new parts and stuff. So it's a strong motor, and I'm hoping it's going to last for at least a couple more seasons. That's the plan.
Well, that's obviously one of the great things about we're putting your ugly mug right up on the screen for everybody. But you are obviously getting to be out there last year and chatting with Paul Bounty. You guys, man, you guys are entertaining first off, and you've got to see what another Bounty has on the track. You've been able to track the development of Ava. She was part of the Bandoleros last year, went down, raced in the U.S. What have you seen so far out of her?
She's come a long way.
Yeah.
From the very first race in the Bandoleros to now, she's taking it slow. Her dad and mom are making sure she's taking it slow. They're not just going to throw her into something and say, have at it. They want her to do it the right way. And it's unbelievable how fast she's been getting, and more confident in the car as well. And I think
It's
it has
not
a lot to do with her racing at Volt, kicking my butt on Thursday nights.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I mean, the Volt Raceway is obviously part of the program that they do on a weekly basis, as not just a partner, but she does work there as well. So you've gotten to experience that. Volt is a local attraction for Peterborough racers. From your perspective, and you've seen a lot of racers go there on the weekend, or they do leagues there. Is this being used as an effective, now almost a training ground for Peterborough racers?
I think it's been helping me a lot. It just
Okay.
builds your patience and everything like that, and makes you a lot more of a smoother driver. But I do see a lot of guys, local racers, coming down, and every time they come down, they absolutely have a blast. Jacob Vanderbilt, he comes all the time and runs in the junior league, and he's been doing really well. And his sister, she's done some racing, and she's been doing really well as well.
I love
And
that
I see Chase Stevenson.
Yeah, there's another one, right? So it's being used in a very appropriate, way. I mean, we've seen this when we were out at GP3R a couple of years ago. Alex Tagliani has Tag e-karting, and it's essentially kind of the same type of deal. And they have huge racing leagues out there. This is the type of thing that I think for oval track racers especially, the fact that you're saying you've been racing for how long and it's helping you. I mean, it's almost as if, yeah, it's the iRacing factor, but this is actual, like, you're not just in a sim, you're actually out racing something. But I have heard it is quite the workout.
Oh, it can be. When I get on the track with Paul and Ava, they let me know they're behind me or it's going to come around me. So it's always a workout. It's a blast.
And then for this year, Bud, the Superstock field, well, it's looking a little bit bigger than it has over the past previous seasons. In fact, quite a lot. Looking like they're coming to race this year. We got confirmation last week Miles Tyson's going to come and race against you. Chase Stevenson, as we talked about, he's going to be out there. I believe there's another young kid that's going to be out there running. And then, of course, you've got your regulars with you, Clayton. Paul's car will be back out there. Don't know about Marley Owen yet, but hopefully she'll be out there. But it's definitely looking like it's going to be a little bit bigger of a field for you guys. And you guys put on some great races last year. So are you anticipating a tougher field this year?
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm anticipating a tougher field. I'm happy more cars are coming. I get tired of running just one heat all the
Yeah.
time, like the same heat race twice. It gets frustrating, but more cars the merrier. It makes it a lot more fun racing, and the fans love it. And I'm actually excited to have Miles back again.
Yeah.
Him and I have had some good racing together. With Dan Archibald coming back, that'll make it exciting as well. For the fans' point, I don't know about the driver's side, but he said I had a parachute in the back of my car, so maybe I'll take the parachute off and put a bumper on just for him. But it'll be a blast.
And then you can't count out,
Yeah,
Kyle Gordon out there. Can't count out that kid in that 25 car. He's damn fast as
no.
well. So
And then there's that Clayton Reed guy.
That Clayton Reed guy. If his stash doesn't get in his face, he should be out there and be pretty competitive. You obviously have been a part of this division for many years and seen it kind of go through its ups and its downs. And, you've been in a racer that's seen tracks that you were part of that go away. And it never gets any easier, but the fact that you're going to get some new racers coming in, and it's almost like I was saying it to Sarah earlier in the show, that it almost feels like it's a bit of a excitement in a sense, because it sucks that this has happened, but you're going to have a whole different wave of new competitors that are going to come out there and race against you.
Yeah, and not only racing against me, but everybody else. There's going to be a lot more cars at the track.
Yeah.
Every division is going to be a lot busier, so that's going to be really, really good for Peterborough. It sucks that Sunset had to shut down, but then again, it's the way things go. But as long as everybody supports what tracks are left open right now, we should be good.
You know what? We look forward to it, and I'm hoping Tegan Stanley will log back in here, because he was in, and then he did drop out. So hopefully he'll come back in and join for his time. But you know what? I appreciate you coming on, buddy, even though it was in audio form. But it happens to the best of them.
Maybe next time I'll figure it out.
Hey, it happens to the best of them, man. We've had it happen. Trevor Culver did the same thing. So, you know what? It sometimes things work and sometimes they don't. We've learned that in this podcast game, that unfortunately sometimes you'd like to do things and have them work correctly, and then they don't. So, yeah, that's the case. And but.
And I just want to say one more thing. I just
Sure.
what Jessica's doing at the track this year with the Fuel the Fire for the Princess Margaret cancer stuff. I think everybody should jump on a board and just starting up their own funding or whatever donations, so they can get a lot of money for cancer research. There's been a lot of people in my life that have been affected by it, and all the donations will help everybody else.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's also going to be good to have an internal fight amongst all the divisions to see who's going to be in the podium, who raises the most throughout this entire offseason. You guys make sure you check out and follow Donovan Price all season long, and of course follow Peterborough Speedway as well for their fundraising efforts for the Princess Margaret Foundation. Thank you so much, Donovan. I really appreciate you coming on, and you know what, we'll be definitely seeing you soon at the track.
All right, thanks, Cam.
That is Donovan Price here on ONTrack Weekly, and we go from Donovan Price over to another competitor from Peterborough Speedway, and he is somebody that I think you're going to have to watch out for this year, because even though he's not in his precious Ronda the Honda this year, he is coming back and is competing. As far as I know, he is competing in the mini stock class. Let's get the confirmation from the man himself. It is Tegan Stanley here on ONTrack Weekly. Tegan, how are you doing tonight? Don't know if we've got
Not bad. How are you?
I'm good. We've got a little slight delay there, and that happens with laptops. So, first off, am I right? I've heard that you're going mini stock racing. Is that the truth?
Yeah, we plan on going mini.
So he's got He's got the. I mean, you guys did try this last year. How did things go for you?
Last year didn't go as planned. We decided to run with a completely random motor setup and transmission, and it didn't quite work out for us. We ended up blowing up a motor. 3 different weekends it took to finally kill it,
Oh
but it was just
Jesus!
constant problems. We couldn't get any power out of it. It wasn't doing what we wanted to. And then it finally let go. So then we parked it for the rest of the year because, well, motors ain't cheap.
Definitely not. But how does it feel for this year for you guys? I mean, this field is not what it was last year. By all accounts, your mini stock field is going to be potentially twice the size it was of last year, with all different types of names potentially coming over.
A lot of big names. This season we've got a very heavy mechanic behind us. We got Stay Classy, and we're going to build a bigger and a better motor than what we had last year, and we're going to really play the game, and we're going to see what we can make happen even with a bigger field. I like a lot of cars, and I'm excited for that.
Well, it's definitely going to be one thing, obviously. I mean, you're a crowd favorite. You hear it every time that you're out there with Rhonda. But now, Rhonda the Honda is in a different set of hands. So, have you got the name for the new mini stock?
Yeah, it's Wanda. It's going to be Wanda the Honda. It's just a white Honda instead of Rhonda, you know?
That's
Yeah, it's
badass.
her older sister.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I mean, personally, when you got the car that's got a personality and a car that's got the name, you guys got to get that merch out there, man. Wanda the Honda merch is gonna sell like hotcakes out there. Um, Obviously, mini stocks, man. Different type of field, but you had some rough finishes, but um, is it going to be a bit of a challenge for you, or you think you guys got this as soon as you head out there?
I think it's going to be more or less a challenge of the driver to make sure the driver can have the mini stock. I know
Oh,
with the team that we have behind us that they're mathematically smart enough to make a fast mini stock. It's just a fast mini stock that I can drive.
obviously that's one thing that you're going to have that's important. But you know what? There's other things that I'm curious now that you are in the mini stocks. Are we potentially going to see Wanda take some trips to Delaware or Sauble because there's some invitationals that are taking place this year for mini stocks?
We are planning on running the Delaware and the Flamborough Invitational this year.
Nice.
So I do a little bit of traveling for the second time now. Yeah,
That's huge. I mean,
it'll be
that's
the first
great.
time ever traveling in a mini stock, so I'm excited for that.
Have you ever raced Delaware before?
No, no,
Wow.
I've only ever raced Flamborough when I first started, and it wasn't really even a race. I went out for a practice in 2 laps, and then pulled in because I wasn't allowed to have a receiver, so I got too scared. And then we traveled to Sunset at the end of this year, and that was the only traveling we've ever done.
Whew, this is going to be interesting. I'm excited for this too because that mini stock invitational that we went to at Delaware last year, man, that was quite possibly the best mini stock race I've ever seen. And seeing it live, absolutely. And you guys had a lot of. I mean, you had almost a stake. Your stake classy teammate was out there. Kent made the trip down there for that race. I know they had some mechanical issues during it, but it's great that we potentially have the 3-3 again this year, 3 mini stock races, and maybe not 3 days. I'm not sure 100% if that's how it's going to work, but the mini stocks are no joke. But did you feel a little sad parting with Rhonda?
Yes, it was a very rough week. I didn't have much time, and that's what I was hoping was not to make it drag quick, rip the band-aid right off, and move on. It was
Yeah.
very sad to see her go, and there was a few tears shed when I was loading it into his trailer.
Well, you know what? The thing is that she's not going to be too far away. She is still going to be around, which is great. And then you'll be out there competing on a weekly basis, battling for the championship in the Switch Tire Mini Stocks this year. Tegan, we look forward, man, to this. This was obviously your first time on the show, but let's make sure we have you on again, and let's chat throughout the year. I want to have some updates on how the mini stock season goes, and I really appreciate you taking time to come on and join me tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
That's Tegan Stanley. You can go and check them out, Stanley Motorsports, on Facebook. And they're very active on there. And of course, Rhonda the Honda now becomes Wanda the Honda. Love to see that, and excited to see what he can do out there this year. The mini stock field, like we mentioned earlier, is going to be big, and there's going to be quite a bit of competitors that are on it on a weekly basis, and that's one thing that we have to make sure we'll be careful. I'll be on that, Cam. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate that. But yeah, I know Tanya is really good on their social media, very good keeping things up to date, and really good for their partners. And I'm telling you guys, the crowd response for Tegan last year was massive. We were there for his when he won the finale final bone stock race of the year, and it was extremely loud. We were on that car last year, and it was honestly, each week he was out there. He's competitive, and someone that you'd have to watch for the wins. And I honestly, this mini stock field, guys, I feel is going to be extremely underrated. I don't know if people are banking on right now, but there is a lot of talent in this bone stock field this year. But we're going to make a switch back to the bone stocks, and we're going to go switch over to pure stock. Yes, it's technically still the same thing, but we're going to bone stock territory. We're going to talk with Superfly Leo LaBarbera, because he's got some massive changes happening with his racing program in 2026. And Superfly LaBarbera joins me right now, back tanned. He's probably chilled because it was a nice vacation that he had. But Leo is back on the show. How's things going right now, Superfly?
Going awesome right now, and yeah, it's a little chilly here.
Just a tad. I mean, I just saw before we came on the show that there's like another winter storm happening tonight, so I'm like over this. I get we live in Canada and all that, but we were talking the other day, and we talked with Graydon Bunn actually, and it was just, man, this winter has seemed like it has been forever, and I just want some racing to happen, and so you are a perfect conversation to have, because you love racing and you do it a lot. So
yes,
how are things looking for you this year, buddy? You've got a bigger program in a sense, but also a change program. You got some personnel in and out. How are things looking?
Everything's looking great. I like work probably the best in the little rush I get for the next 3 weeks. So I'm going to be in the shop pretty much every night. I've had the crew chief working on the body, and the car is looking great, looking back to normal. And now I just have to tinker with it. Yeah, we've had a little bit of a crew switcheroo. Egan's gone up to all the way up there to Sunset.
Sobel,
sorry. Yeah, she's gone up there to play around up there. But
yeah.
I told her, I said, you still have my full support, and I want to see my big name somewhere on her car. So she's still 100% still part of the Barbara team.
Nice.
I like to think. We've joined with Haley.
Yeah,
with
Haley
Racing
Hill.
Haley. And we've think we've convinced Rodney now to come out and play in the pure stocks as well. So there's the three of us, and hopefully my brother-in-law also comes out, Jeremy, to come and play again.
Well,
so big team, lots of players.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a good year.
As Anthony Dortano says, "Hey Leo." Tracy says, "We love Leo. How can we not love Leo?" Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I'm really excited about. Is you're a very excitable guy at the racetrack. You're hilarious. One of the things that I still remember was one of my most viral clips last year was how you, and I talked with Tegan about this on SNS. I didn't actually. We made sure that we were talking about it when I was producing. I made sure to send it to Ashley and grain to talk about, but your synchronized spin, and she talked about how you always wanted to take out your own car. You managed to do that last year, and we got it on film. I thought you guys were coming straight for me, so just don't do that shit again, please.
No,
But
I,
you ended the season, Leo, in probably the best fashion possible with a Frosttoberfest win with Rodney, and you got to watch it from the infield.
I honestly, biggest smile on my face. My other car wasn't performed properly, flat tire, came into the infield, turned around perfectly to miss the wreck that happened in 2. Stood there, looked, and seen him come through 3 and 4, and I went, "Oh my god!" So seeing my car on the podium, it's like being there, makes me happy inside.
Yeah.
So that's all that I cared about, and even holding the weight of that igloo was just mind blowing. So
Well, that's now it's in history. Like that's your car won one of the prestigious playoff races. Like
yeah,
that's the shit that people don't like. We're trying to change that. I want records. I want winners. I want that shit somewhere electronically because that is important. It's history, and it goes down in history for a reason because it was something magical that happened. And frankly, it didn't look like it was going to happen in turn 1 or 2. And then all of a sudden it goes out there in turn 3. Now you've won championships, you've won races before. So what was
uh,
that feeling like as now an owner watching someone else do it in your equipment?
it, it it just the smile on my face, man. Like it was huge. I was on the car. I was so happy that he
Yeah.
won, and it just the feeling that something I put together in the driveway. I had people weld stuff for me. I had people coming to help me all the time, but something that I've set up and built in the driveway. And quite frankly, that car almost got cut up like 3 times because I was done. I was fed up with it. That's why I built the new car.
Oh,
And to see Rodney, not only did he win that night, he also broke a couple records as well. I believe he put the most consecutive laps under 19 seconds in
no
that car.
shit.
Yeah, in one race, I believe. I have to check on that one, but yeah, and to that car a couple years, like a year ago, I was done. I was like, I'm fed up with this car, and then we found some problems and fixed them, and it came back just swinging. So
Well, and you have had 3 cars out on the track. This was the car that won last year was the
Mhm.
42. Was this the
it was
42J?
the 42J. He had that one. Tegan was in the 42K, and then I was just in the regular 42.
So how old are all 3 of those cars that you've been putting out there?
Um, the 42K was built 2019, I believe. That was our backup car
What?
the year we won the championship. Yep. It was kind of
Wow.
just sitting there, and that's why me and Tegan were talking. She had used it the year, uh, last year previous.
Yeah.
Took it out a couple of times. I was like, no, I want this car to run one full season. And yeah, it was our backup car, and she proved that it was still a fast car and could keep up with the most of them. Then I believe 4 years ago we built the silver car after my championship car got wrecked. It finally came apart. Good old cobalts rusting right through.
Yep.
Uh, and then yeah, last year we built the silver 42 car. So it was we kind of had it sitting there, and unfortunately I believe the 42K is done now. So we have to it's
Oh,
she's
no.
had a couple things have fallen apart on it. The rear end came right out of it on poor Tegan when she tried to change the tires.
Oh, that's right.
And
Yeah.
yeah. So I think we might just let that one go to pasture and focus on the two cars. And I do have a third car that I might be trying to get together. So we'll see what happens.
Can we bring the red back? Because I really liked the red on that car.
You know, I gotta send you a picture of the twin, the red and the blue. It was so nice. I think I got a nice picture. I think me and Wade Thorne, we both won the feature wins that night with both the
Yeah.
car. He won one and I won the other, and we got a nice picture of them side by side. So I'll see if I can find that for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that you guys. Yes, thank you, Megan. Yeah, we're supporting Austin Hopkins tonight with the hat, but that's because, like Leo, we need something covering our foreheads. That's what we do here
Yeah,
on this show.
the shine that would come off this right now,
Oh,
because I
I'm
didn't take
starting to
any.
feel it there, buddy. I'm just saying. We're getting bigger and bigger every year. So
Yeah,
it.
I didn't take the headband off all week, so it's quite right up there.
We need to start getting our Leo LaBarbera, our Superfly bandanas as merchandise, man. That's the
I'd
way to
like
go.
that'd be
Um,
fun.
you've also got something that's pretty prestigious. I see it here that Ashley, said, "Oh, Leo." Well, Leo is also you've been representing her and been an ambassador as Robert Bourne Memorial sponsorship winner from last year. Let's talk about that, man. How did that feel?
Um, I was blown away. I was at work when I first found out, and my phone started blowing up. They're like, "You won, you won." And I was like, "What are you guys talking about?" And then, yeah, Ashley is one of the most awesome person I've ever met. Totally come up like we met, and everything is just
Yeah.
everything that she does with the Robert Bourne, with her tires, with everything. She supports this thing. I am so happy to be a part of and help out any way I can, because it's people like that that make this sport just awesome. And like yourself.
I appreciate that. Leo, um it's going to be a different year for you because, like you said, you're going from Tegan and now you're going to have Haley. And I mean, Haley's put a beautiful car together. That thing looks amazing. Rodney's going to have a car that's basically from you as well, and then you're going to have yourself. Um, are you expecting even bigger things this year? Because this is a pretty dynamic lineup right now. Not saying that it wasn't last year, but this is 3 full time, not 2 full time.
No. So, yep, there's that. And this will be the 10th year I've run for points full time. So, kind of hoping to go out with a bang. Would really like to do something good. Maybe win a couple. It's been a little while. So, um, this year's focus is just having fun and helping out whoever I can and bringing more people to the track and more drivers and everything I can do to just support everybody and everything. It's just this year I just want to have a good time. So
You know what? We know we're going to have a good time because we're going to be out there
now
seeing you guys race. And you know what?
I think I'm heading to the beach. I think after hearing that, I think the team might head to the beach.
Not bad, eh? Not
Oh,
bad at all. You know what? I think we need to see if you win, you got to do Super Spy Splash somehow. I don't know where you're gonna land, but at
something.
least just the hand gestures. You got half of it down. We got the bandana already, so you're good. But you know what, buddy? I appreciate you coming on. It's always a blast to have you chat with us, and I can't wait to see you out at the racetrack, man. It's been too long, so we'll see you at
Awesome, man.
Flamborough for the opener.
Awesome. Have a good one, man. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. That is Leo LaBarbera Superfly here on ONTrack Weekly. I appreciate each and every one of you that tuned in tonight. Thanks to all of our guests. We had a great, great night of conversation, starting with Kevin Gallant and Sarah I'm Giannone. I've already forgotten how to pronounce it. Sorry, Sarah. Phil Givens, of course, made a big announcement. Donovan Price, who phoned in. Tegan Stanley, we had some mechanical issues there just with his connection. That's why I say phones actually work best right now for Zoom. And then, of course, Leo LaBarbera. I've been your host, Cam K. Appreciate you all. Let's be back, episode 179 next week here on GeForce TV.